Coach Swinney will have some opening comments. We will then go to questions in the room, and if time permits, we'll go to questions virtually after that. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right. First of all, congrats to Georgia. It was a good first half, tough, hard-fought first half, and then they just freaking kicked our tails in the second half. So, congrats to them. They're a great team. They've been a great team, and they showed in the third and fourth quarter what it looks like. But just really disappointed. And biggest thing is when you don't finish. Again, I've talked a lot about it, and I thought we did some good things in the first half. There'll be some things on tape, but you got to play 4 quarters, and we didn't do that. So biggest thing is that's when you get beat like that. That's on the head coach. That's on me. So it's just complete ownership of just a absolute crap second half, and just really disappointed. But I've done it long enough. This is sometimes you get your butt kicked, and we did today, and that's not what we came here to do. But you got to give Georgia credit, and we got to move on. We got to learn from it. But again, biggest thing to me was missed opportunities on offense in the first half. We needed some early momentum, and we had made a couple plays, and we made a huge play. And they said we weren't lined up right. They said we weren't quite up on the ball. He thought he was on the ball. You look at the tape, it's close, but that was huge missed opportunity in the first half. And with a team like Georgia where they are right now, you've got to take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. And so we didn't do that in the first half. Some critical penalties and just a couple of details. And then in the second half, just defensively really poor. Just really poor. Again, I thought lines of scrimmage, there's going to be a lot of good stuff that we're going to see on tape. But in the second half, just missed tackles. Missed tackles, something I was worried about coming into the game. And, but missed tackles, third and long. Was another thing I was worried about was, their quarterback. I think he showed what he's a really, really good player. And he's incredibly accurate. And that's one of my concerns going into the game was if we let him hold the ball on third and long, he'll find them. And he did. He made a couple huge plays on third and long. And then I think, they capitalized on a couple that we misfit, a couple of their runs. And then we missed some tackles, and that contributed to some of the big plays. So, and then we just kind of got in the hole there. So, disappointing offensively on the 3rd and 1 there. Had a little miscommunication, but they did fight. They didn't quit. They battled to the end, and there'll be some, like I said, some good things that we'll see on tape. But at the end of the day, we just got our butts kicked, and so we got to battle back. It's a long season ahead. Again, Georgia's a great football team, and I have no doubt they'll go on to have a great year. But this is one game, and whether you get your butt kicked or you lose by 1 point, when you lose, and it's 0-1. And so we got to get back to work Monday. We got to flush it, and we got to learn from it. And I don't shy away from games like this. I don't ever shy away from games like this. I think this is when you play games like this, you got a chance to learn, you got a chance to teach, and I think you can grow your football team, and because they get a chance to see, right out of the gate. So we'll get back to work on Monday. We'll flush it. I really am proud of our guys in the locker room. As obviously they've worked really, really hard. And when you put in the amount of work that these guys put in, you don't get the result. It's incredibly heartbreaking and disappointing. But I'm proud of the comments in the locker room, the leadership that I saw, and we certainly took one right, just punched right in the gut. But we'll respond. We'll get back to work. It doesn't get any easier next week. We got a probably as good a group of 5 team as there is in the country in App coming into the Valley, and I'm sorry for our fans. I feel terrible for them. because we didn't get it done for them tonight and didn't play those last 2 quarters like we know we can play. But I promise you this, we'll get back to work and long season ahead and see if we can find a way to have a great Sunday tomorrow, a great Monday, and find a way to get on the other side of this thing and just keep going there, one day at a time, one game at a time, and we'll see what happens. But today was not our day, and all the credit goes to Georgia for sure.
Coach, how would you assess Cade's play against the weak defense?
I thought Cade played well. I think he did a lot of positive things. I really do. He did a lot of positive things in the game. And, the Starks made a great play on the one ball on the box fade. I mean, that was a great play by a great player. And, the biggest thing is we didn't help him early on, too many 3rd and longs. And, you're not going to make a living against Georgia on 3rd and long. But I think there were a lot of bright spots with Cade. And he's also one of those guys I'm really proud of from just comments in the locker room. That's what leaders do. So that kid will show up Monday ready to go, and he's just going to keep getting better. But I thought he competed his butt off, and I thought Brenny did some good things. Antonio, obviously, he had the one huge play that got called back. There'll be some good things that we can take away from it that we can go build on for the season. But it doesn't take away the fact that you just got your ass kicked in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Talk about the decision to take that kickoff and put your offense on the field versus taking it in the second half.
Yeah, we just one of those things we talked about going into it. We felt really good about, our opportunity to either go score or move that thing far enough to where, they got to go 80 plus. And again, we had a couple critical penalties, that really cost us. The motion call was same thing. It was close. It was close watching the video on the sideline, but they called it. We kind of got in a little bit of a hole right there. We didn't anticipate that, but we wanted to take the ball. We've had a great fall camp, guys, and just come out of the gate, and then also, they led the country last year, or second in the country in time of possession, and we wanted to get them out there right away and get them to play. So, and then if we didn't score, try to pin them, but it didn't work out that way. But again, I thought defensively we did a heck of a job in the first half. They were physical, they held up well, but again, tell 2 halves.
Dabo, there's been a lot made about your approach to the portal. What do you say to people who point to that when they see something like this happen?
People are going to say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. People are going to say whatever they want to say. We do what's best for Clemson year in and year out. And, people can say, and when you lose like this, they got every right to say whatever they want to say. So say whatever you want to say, write whatever you want to write. That comes with it. It's just part of it.
I know you're in the immediate aftermath of all this, but the last few years, offensively, in these big games, Georgia, 2 of them in the last 3 years, are you able to kind of pinpoint why you've struggled offensively, for example?
Yeah, we haven't done some of the basic things the way we need to do it. We didn't make some critical plays that we had a chance to make. When we did make a big critical play to create momentum, we get a penalty. So just creating the rhythm, and it was just disappointing. So, that's where it is.
But you played Woods out on the edge, a la Christian Wilkins. He looked right at home there, had a great first half.
He did. He showed up. He made a lot of plays, and he's going to have a heck of a year. And, I think defensively, I think we got a chance to be really good on defense. Obviously disappointed in the second half with just, again, 3rd and longs, missed plays. But you also got to give Georgia some credit, too. They made some plays, and their quarterback I think he's a special player. He's an experienced guy, and he showed, today, what he's capable of doing.
This was the most disappointing part. B, just continuing scoring points and
Yeah.
just not really fighting hard as much in that second.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they can do to you. When, again, they can expose you quick. You don't have a lot of room for error with a team like that, and you gotta play all three phases. You gotta put it all together. I was happy Hoosier got a chance to at least get in the game and get a kick. So that was good to see him go out there and make one. But just the missed tackles, and just a couple of busted assignments. They got us on the wheel route, and then we didn't fit up the reverse or the jet sweep and get off the block right there. Created a couple big plays, and next thing you know, bam, bam, it's a couple of scores, and it just it's tough. That's a tough thing against a great team, but. Again, it's over. We got to flush it, and we got to move on to the next one. That's all we can do. We can't sit around and just waller in it forever. We got a long season ahead, and we still got a chance. There's not anything off the table for this team, and so it'll all be written when it's all said. Everybody they're going to write everything they want to write right now, but it'll all be written in November and December. And so we got a lot of work to do, and as competitors, that's what we do. We get up, got knocked down today. We get up, we go back to fight again on Monday.
Coach, what was the discussion halftime and end of game with Coach Riley and Coach Goodwin, just how the team was going overall? What was the discussion among the three main coaches?
There was a lot of discussion. I mean, we all know what happened. I mean, that's what we do, and everybody's disappointed, but we take ownership of it. That's start with me.
How does this one feel compared to last season's season opener against Duke, as far as just the locker room and how you feel about your team going forward?
I feel great about our team and the leadership on this team. And again, that's some people may say, well, he's just crazy. You just got your butt kicked. A loss is a loss. I hate to lose, period, anytime, to anybody, anywhere. I hate to lose. We work too hard, so it hurts. It's going to leave a mark. This will be one I'll never forget. That's for sure. But I remember every loss. Unfortunately, sometimes you remember those more than some of the others. But this is one that this was just a flat out butt kicking. I mean, we just got our tails kicked in, and for 2 quarters. I mean, I know it. Look at the score, and it's you go whoa. But again, there'll be a lot of positives, and there's a couple of things that again, if you just do a couple little things right, you create a little momentum and a little confidence or whatever. But they all hurt. They all feel the same. They all hurt. Maybe you lose, by 1 or 40. You work too hard. So when you don't get the results you want, it hurts. This is our livelihood. It's what we do. These kids, they work their butts off. So when we don't get it done, we got to take ownership of it, and we go on back to work and see if we can find a way next week. Again, been in this situation many times. Been 2-3. We started 2-3 one year and went on to the ACC championship. So there's a long season ahead, and I do think that we have the right people in the room. But this is when you play a team like Georgia, you get exposed, and that's what happened in the second. Again, there was a lot of good things in the first half that we'll see, but then all of a sudden, 3rd and long, big play, boom, boom, big play. I mean, this is a really good team, and they're well coached. Kirby did a great job and has done a great job. So they kicked our butt tonight, but we'll see where we go from here.
Garrett was a big hire for you all. How would you assess how he called the game today, and what would you say to people who are maybe frustrated that since he's been hired, he hasn't produced maybe the explosiveness people thought might come?
I'd say we got a long season ahead, Chapel. That's what I'd say. I'd say tonight, was bad. Give Georgia going to make a lot of people look bad, and they made us look bad today. So, but I do think that we'll get back to work on Monday, and we'll go get better.
Coach, turnovers were such a problem for you last season. I guess if there's a positive, you didn't put the ball on the ground against a great defense.
No, we took care of the ball. I mean, like I said, Starks, that was a great play. I mean, we took a shot on the box fade to Tyler, and he made a great football play, a great player. So we did a good job with that. And then again, I thought in the first half of the red zone defense was really good to see too, to hold up. There was a lot of physicality. There was a lot of good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about getting the result that you want. And that was 2 quarters of really poor football. And I take ownership of that. But we can't let that carry over. We got to all flush it. 24 hours. We got to flush it, and we got to get back to work on Monday. Same thing if you win the game. You got to get back to work. We got a long year ahead, and I think we've got a chance to be a really, really good football team if we will just improve like I think we will from this.
Is there an injury update on Marcus Tate?
I think he's okay.
What was the injury at?
He just got, I think, rolled up.
Did you want to get Wesco and Moore in any earlier? Was around the time they got in, were getting targets?
Yeah, they got in there, and when they got in there and made some plays, and those guys will continue to roll them in there, and you'll see them.
What do you think of the wide receiver room overall? I know they had a strong game of outside of him.
Well, we had penalties, 2 penalties right out of the gate, so I was disappointed with that, and none more than the one that cost us the big play. But there were some good, some bad, just like every other position. Really proud of Antonio, though. I thought he really competed, made a lot of plays, and I was excited to see that. But good to get the young guys in there too, and both of them a chance to touch the ball, and I think they'll continue to grow from there.
Speaking of Antonio, it looked like that passed the corner of the end zone, pretty well thrown ball by Cade, but it looked like he may have lost the football. Antonio lost it in the line.
Yeah. I mean, it came out a little quick. They brought some heat right there, and just didn't find it and track it.
You said you're going to be pretty pleased with some of the things at the line of scrimmage you see. Just your overall thoughts on how the offensive line played in the first game under Coach Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I need to watch the tape before I really just make an assessment. But I do think there's going to be some positives. I mean, that we will see that we can build on. Doesn't change the fact that the score got away from us in the third and fourth quarter. It was a very competitive game, and you're 1 score away, and next thing you know, you're in trouble. But we'll watch the tape, and then we'll assess it and go from there.
What's your message to the team heading into the game next week?
Say that again?
What's your message to the team heading into the game next week?
Put our eyes forward. Flush this thing, put your eyes forward. Let's focus on what we control. Stay together. Stay together. Leaders lead. And so stay together, flush it, show back up Monday, and let's you can't let this game beat you twice. You got to move forward. I mean, this is the thing. That's the nature of football. We got to wait all week, and when you lose a game like this, and especially when you get your butts kicked in the second half, there's a lot of noise. So you got to block all that stuff out and focus on what you control and get back to work and just one day at a time try to go win a game, and then just keep going. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a long way. And they didn't hand out a national championship trophy tonight. We didn't lose the ACC tonight. We didn't lose. We got our butts kicked in one game, and we got a long way to go. And let's go play it out and see what happens.
Anybody else for Coach?
6 or so yards per carry for Jordan. What would you mostly attribute that to?
And watch the tape. Missed tackles, first of all. Big plays. A few big plays and missed tackles. We really did a nice job. I thought we were very physical, but that stat right there comes from big plays, and the big plays were, which is what usually happens when you miss some tackles or you don't fit something properly. But I thought we held up pretty good, when they tried to come at us. I thought we did some good things, and again, we've got to. I thought their quarterback made a couple of nice, timely scrambles that created some opportunistic, first downs for them as well.
Anybody else? All right, thank you, Coach. We got to stand by for Cade and Peter. All right, being joined by quarterback Cade Klubnik, defensive lineman Peter Woods. Y'all please fire with questions whenever you're ready.
Coach Swinney said he was proud of you after the game, not only the way you fought and played, but your remarks in the locker room, the leadership that you showed. What were some of the things you told your teammates?
First thing that I said was, for the guys in that room, when they leave Clemson one day, I want those guys. The only thing that they remember me as is somebody that never quit on them. And I hope that they remember that right now, and I hope they remember that last year when we're sitting 4-4, and I never quit on them, and I'll never quit on them now. And I told them when I show up on Monday, I'm going to show up with more energy than I ever have in my entire life. And I'm going to be showing up like we haven't even played a game yet. And I said that I'm never quitting on this team, and I challenged them to never quit on me and never quit on each other. Because at the end of the day, it's one game, and we got a long season ahead, and we're going to flush this and learn from it and go get better, and just challenge them to not quit on me, and I won't quit on them because I'm never quitting on them. Or let's go have a great week next week and great season.
Peter, you were pretty comfortable out there on the edge today. Had a great first half. How good did it feel to play out there?
It felt good. You know, I've done it before. You know, it's not really my first time ever doing it, but you know, just kind of working the game plan and stuff that the coaches have for me to do, and you know, it just kind of worked out that way.
Why do you think y'all had so much success in the first half, stopping their offense, and kind of got away from them in the second half?
You know, credit to Georgia. You know, they're a great team, but you know, just like Kay said, you know, we got to come out Monday and you know we'll watch it on tape and see what really happened. You know, schematically. But then at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, just we got to fight, we got to finish. It's a long season ahead, and you know, there's no hope for a better yesterday, but there's hope for us to do something about it tomorrow, and the day after that, and the days to come. So that's kind of how we're approaching that.
Team, what would you attribute just generally the offensive struggles to? One specific thing or a few things?
You know, I mean, I can't really put my finger on it exactly. I thought we had a pretty good first half in terms of moving the football. And then it would be, you know, penalty, like when we really can't have it, you know, third down conversions. We're moving the ball, you know, hit the backside hook route to Antonio, penalty, big third down right there. We're getting in the red zone. We're marching. You know, just shooting ourselves in the foot. So, you know, they're a great team, and I just, you know, I think that I think we have a great offense, and I think that we're going to be able to do some really good things this year, and just continue to, you know, fine tune the details, and but you know, I think throwing the football, we did some good stuff today, and running the football, Phil ran it really hard today and made some great cuts. You know, protectionally, I felt like I had a lot of time back there, and just got to, you know, take advantage of the opportunities when they come.
This is an elite defense, and turnovers were so problematic for y'all last year, especially the catastrophic turnovers. It must be a positive to take away that you didn't put the ball on the ground against that defense. You
Yeah.
just had the one interception, and that was just a great play by it.
Yeah, unbelievable play. You know, I mean, you know, saw TB kind of have a yard on him and let it out there, and you know, guy did a great job kind of pushing Tyler to the sideline, and I mean, one of the best plays I've seen since playing at Clemson. So, kind of, you know, tip the hat to that kid right there. But yeah, I mean, I thought we did a great job. Obviously, handling the football and taking care of it. I mean, other than that, I don't think we even had a turnover all night, other than the fourth down stop, if you want to count that. So, you know, I mean, just I thought we did a pretty good job, you know, taking care of the ball. Just kind of take advantage of opportunities when they're there, and just a couple MAs. So,
What are y'all's thoughts on the upcoming week with App State? Very competitive team. Coach Dabo said one of the best G5 teams out there. Night game at Death Valley. Good to be back home. Kind of, as you said, as I've said, flush this away. What are Caden, Peter? What are your thoughts on what to expect when the Mountaineers come in next Saturday night?
Like I said, DL, before, the standard's still the standard. Just like I said, you know, playoff ready game 1. Now it's playoff ready game 2, and we're gonna approach it with the same intensity as if we were coming out to play the number 1 team in the nation, just like we did this past weekend. That's just kind of the mindset that we got right now in the locker room. The conversations that we had is like, hey, look, we took this one to the chin, but I'm gonna just keep saying it. There's no hope for a better yesterday, but we can do something about it tomorrow. And so that's what we plan to do. You know, just come out here with focus, intensity, and get ready to have a great week of practice and a great game on Saturday against App.
yeah, kind of what I said. Show up Monday, ready to go. That's kind of all I have.
For Peter,
You guys held Georgia to 6 points in the first half, then gave up 28 in the second, I guess. What did Georgia kind of change from the first to second half that kind of led to that offensive explosion?
Yeah, like I said, we just got to go and watch the tape on Monday and see, kind of where we slipped up. And credit to Georgia too. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, they're not robots, just like we're not robots. They went in and made some adjustments in the second half that kind of gave them the edge over us in the second half. And so, credit to them. But there's always little things and big things too that we can do to be better on that side of the ball. But we played our hearts out, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna punch and we're gonna punch and we're gonna fight. We're not giving up. We're not quitting. And that's not even in us. Not in our DNA.
Anybody else for these guys?
Yeah, okay, there was a couple times early on, I think, that your receivers kind of lost the ball while it was in the air. Was there any kind of explanation or what they saw on those plays?
Which ones specifically are you
There was
talking
one,
about?
I think, to Antonio in the end zone, the flag route.
Yeah.
And then early on to Cole, when he was going downfield, it looked like he had a little bit of space.
Yep. Yeah, first one to Tone. He just said he lost it in the lights. Lights kind of shining down, but I mean, it was a great play. It was definitely there. Just kind of, that one sucked to kind of not hit. We had him exactly kind of where we wanted him, and Tone ran a great route. Just kind of lost it in the air, and definitely wish we had that one back. Just kind of a missed opportunity, and then the one to Cole. I just don't think he was expecting it. That's kind of all I heard from it. Yeah.
Okay, Dabo mentioned, I think it was on the 4th and 1 in the first half. There was something that you used word miscommunication. What happened on that one? I think you were halfway in the huddle, or you guys were making it come off. Maybe weren't. You know, calling a timeout at the end of that.
Oh, yeah, it was just my fault. Kind of honestly didn't understand what he was thinking, and I didn't know. We just weren't on the same page. I didn't know he was going to take a delay game. Was really the thing. So in my instance, I'm thinking, all right, let's not box ourselves up anymore, and it wasn't too big of a deal in the long run, but just kind of letting him handle those, and I kind of just saw a clock at 1, and my instinct was call timeout because I don't want to whatever. So it was fine. I mean, I won't do that again. So yeah, just something we hadn't really, just didn't know the scenario that I didn't know he wanted to. It wasn't that big of a deal. So.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.